They Don't Care About Us by Michael Jackson recently reached 1 billion views on YouTube.
This song, which was released in 1996, was met with a lot of controversy due to its strong political and social themes. But what inspired Jackson to write this song, and how did it become such a cultural touchstone? Join us as we explore the story behind They Don't Care About Us and creative process of the song.
Meaning of the song.
The song is in fact about the pain of prejudice and hate and is a way to draw attention to social and political problems. They Don't Care About Us by Michael Jackson is a politically charged song that expresses his anger and frustration towards the injustices and inequalities faced by people around the world. The song tackles issues such as poverty, police brutality, racism, and political corruption. The opening lines of the song set the tone for the rest of the lyrics. These lines reflect the chaos and disorder in society, and how people are facing violence and oppression from those in power. In the chorus, Jackson makes a bold statement, "All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us." This line suggests that those in power are indifferent to the struggles and suffering of the common people.
Jackson then goes on to say, "Beat me, hate me, you can never break me, will me, thrill me, you can never kill me."
This shows his resilience in the face of oppression, and his refusal to be silenced or defeated.
Throughout the song, Jackson uses powerful imagery and metaphors to convey his message.
For example, he refers to himself and others as dirt and junk, highlighting how they are treated as disposable by those in power. He also mentions "Jew me, sue me, everybody do me," referencing the discrimination and prejudice faced by minority groups. Overall, They Don't Care About Us is a bold and uncompromising statement from Jackson, calling for social and political change and demanding that those in power take responsibility for their actions. The song remains relevant today, as many people around the world continue to face similar struggles and injustices.
Music and composition.
They Don't Care About Us is a powerful and energetic song, featuring Michael Jackson's signature vocals and an intense, percussion-heavy instrumental arrangement. The song was written and produced by Michael Jackson himself. The song features a complex and dynamic instrumental arrangement that perfectly captures the song's themes of oppression and social injustice. The recording process began with Jackson laying down the vocal tracks. He recorded multiple takes of each section of the song, experimenting with different vocal techniques and inflections to find the perfect performance.
Once the vocal tracks were completed, the instrumental arrangement was added.
The instrumental arrangement was recorded by a team of musicians, including guitarist David Williams and keyboardist Brad Buxer. One of the most distinctive aspects of the recording is the use of multiple percussion tracks. The song features a complex and intricate drum beat, with heavy use of snare drums, congas, and other percussion instruments. These percussion tracks were recorded separately and then mixed together to create the powerful and driving rhythm that defines the song.
In addition to the instrumental arrangement, the recording also includes layers of background vocals and other effects.
These were added during the mixing process, which took place at Record Plant Studios. The final mix of They Don't Care About Us was completed in May 1995. The song was released as the fourth single from Jackson's album History, Past, Present and Future, Book 1 in June 1996. It was an instant hit, reaching the top 10 in several countries and earning critical acclaim for its powerful message and electrifying sound.
Music videos.
They Don't Care About Us has 2 official music videos, both of which were directed by Spike Lee. The first video was shot in Brazil, while the second video was shot in New York City. Producing the first music video for They Don't Care About Us proved to be a difficult task for Jackson. When Michael Jackson decided to shoot his new music video in a favela of Rio de Janeiro, he used the favela people as extras in a visual super spectacle. All the while there is a vaguely political appeal in there, the interesting aspect of Michael Jackson's strategy is the efficiency with which it gives visibility to poverty and social problems in countries like Brazil without resorting to traditional political discourse. The Brazil version of the music video features Jackson and a large group of dancers performing in the streets of Rio de Janeiro. The video includes scenes of poverty and police brutality, highlighting the song's themes of social injustice and oppression. The video was controversial at the time of its release, with some critics accusing Jackson and Lee of perpetuating negative stereotypes about Brazil and its people.
Officials in the state of Rio feared images of poverty might affect tourism and accused Jackson of exploiting the poor. A judge banned all filming, but this ruling was overturned by an injunction. Although officials were angry, the residents were not, and Jackson was surrounded by crowds of enthusiastic onlookers during filming. One woman managed to push through security to hug Jackson, who continued dancing while hugging her. Another woman appeared and hugged him from behind. He then fell to the ground as police pulled the two women off him and escorted them away. After the director helped Jackson get up off the street, he continued to sing and dance. This incident made it into the music video. 1,500 policemen and 50 residents acting as security guards effectively sealed off the Santa Marta favela. Some residents and officials found it offensive that Jackson's production team had negotiated with drug dealers in order to gain permission to film in one of the city's shantytowns. Jackson also collaborated with 200 members of the cultural group Aladdin, who swayed to the heavy beat of Salvador's samba reggae music. The New York version of the music video features Jackson performing in a prison yard, surrounded by a group of inmates. The video includes footage of protests and social unrest, as well as images of historical figures such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Roosevelt. Like the Brazil version of the video, the New York version was also controversial, with some critics accusing Jackson and Lee of glorifying violence and criminal behavior. Despite the controversy surrounding the videos, they both received critical acclaim for their powerful imagery and message. The music videos for "They Don't Care About Us" remain a powerful visual representation of the song's themes and message, highlighting the ongoing struggle for social justice and equality around the world. Lyric dispute and context. On June 15, 1995, a day before the release of History, the New York Times reported that "They Don't Care About Us" contained racist and anti-Semitic content. The publication highlighted the lyrics, "Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, kike me, don't you black or white me." Jackson responded directly to the publication, saying, "The idea that these lyrics could be deemed objectionable is extremely hurtful to me, and misleading. The song in fact is about the pain of prejudice and hate and is a way to draw attention to social and political problems. I am the voice of the accused and the attacked. I am the voice of everyone. I am the skinhead, I am the Jew, I am the black man, I am the white man, I am not the one who was attacking. It is about the injustices to young people and how the system can wrongfully accuse them. I am angry and outraged that I could be so misinterpreted." When questioned further about the lyrics on the ABC News program Primetime Live, Jackson stated, "It's not anti-Semitic because I'm not a racist person. I could never be a racist. I love all races." The following day, two leading members of the Jewish community stated that Jackson's attempt to make a song critical of discrimination had backfired. They expressed the opinion that the lyrics used were unsuitable for a teenage audience that might not understand the song's context, adding that the song was too ambiguous for some listeners to understand. On June 17, Jackson issued public apology for his choice of words. He promised that future copies of the album would include an apology. By this point, however, 2 million copies of the record had already been shipped. The singer concluded, "I just want you all to know how strongly I am committed to tolerance, peace, and love, and I apologize to anyone who might have been hurt." 2 days later, Jackson decided, despite the cost incurred, he would return to the studio and alter the offending wording on future copies of the album. "Jew me" and "kike me" would be substituted with "do me" and "strike me." The music video and some copies of the album still carry the original words, but with loud, abstract noises partially drowning them out. Charts and live performance. In the United Kingdom, "They Don't Care About Us" peaked at number 4 on the UK singles chart and stayed on the chart for 3 months. The song found particular success in the rest of Europe, peaking within the top 10 in all countries, except in Spain, where it peaked at number 11 and remained in the chart for just 1 week. European highlights came in Austria, Switzerland, France, Belgium and Sweden, where the song became a top 5 hit and stayed in each country's respective charts for a minimum of 21 weeks. The song reached the top of the charts for 3 weeks in Germany and stayed a full 30 weeks in the survey, marking the longest consecutive chart run of a Michael Jackson song in the German charts. "They Don't Care About Us" was only performed as part of the opening medley for the History World Tour, along with "Scream" and "In the Closet." The segment for "They Don't Care About Us" began with a short, military-style dance sequence and contained an excerpt of history. A short unedited video clip released after Jackson's death of the June 23, 2009 rehearsal for the This Is It concert series shows Jackson performing the song as the main song in a medley with parts of History, as well as Why You Wanna Trip on Me and She Drives Me Wild from Dangerous. In conclusion, They Don't Care About Us by Michael Jackson is a powerful and socially conscious song that addresses issues of inequality and injustice in society. The song was initially met with controversy due to its provocative lyrics and perceived anti-Semitic content, but Jackson maintained that his intentions were to shed light on issues affecting marginalized communities worldwide. The song's message is just as relevant today as it was when it was first released in 1995, and it remains a poignant reminder of the ongoing struggle for social justice and equality. Through his music, Michael Jackson challenged the status quo and inspired generations to stand up against oppression and fight for a better world.